the world around, loving our reggae. People all over the world know about reggae.
People all over the world know about Reggae. Microphone. There we go.
Well, shouted on Reggae for real. Alrighty then, that sounds much stronger in the headphones, so that's good. Thank you. Conscious thought. That's what we do. So, if you wanna get involved, you hit us up at rootsreggaeradio.ca. You can listen in, tell a few people about the show. If you wanna say something, info at rootsreggaeradio.ca. If you wanna have some input, immediate, 416-651-0101. So, we play that track they call Reggae again. That by J. Douglas and Bernie Peters. Two very long-standing, like, high-performance artists, musicians in the Canadian reggae scene. I spoke about many things, and then Errol asked me now to talk about it some more. I said, well, what more you want me to say, Reggie? So he said he would like me to clarify what it is. So I said, well, I would do the best I could, but it's good to hear somebody else speak on Reggae as opposed to me always dictating what I believe. So, Mr. Errol, can you tell me what it is you wanted me to expound on as it pertains to Reggae?
Well, you know, from hearing you talking about this project, I'm just trying to find out what is Reggae exactly. Is it like a foundation, a place? What type of thing is it?
As I had joined the committee back in, I think it was 2013, like I said, when I heard the words Reggae, I had to get involved. I call myself Canadian Reggae Defender, so I'm not forgetting anything reggae go on, you know?
Right.
And what is it? Is it an institution? It is I believe it was named by a politician, you know? So when a politician names something, it is something that will enhance his career. It glorifies reggae music. It glorifies the work of many Canadians that come before me and you that have involved in reggae music. But as to say, it's like an institution. It don't have that soul. It's a politician who named it because the area was being gentrified by progress. TTC, Metrolinx, construction. They've bought every building that they needed to buy to do the construction. It's coming from underground, coming back up, exits and entrances. So if it's a Reggae Reggae is nothing. Reggae only becomes something if we make it something.
Okay, and you say we, you mean outside people from different communities who are involved in reggae, or?
Yeah, well.
Or in the music industry?
The spot itself, if run the way I thought it could be, becomes an international tourist attraction. So just like the CN Tower, it's not a Chinese thing or a white thing or a black thing. Reggae is the same thing. It's a tourist attraction. No, when they were building the CN Tower, they went to some amazing architects and engineers. If they want to build Reggae, they have to come to the expert then. But that means me and you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because what I'm thinking, like for such a project, say the laneway should be all paved and possibly have a walk of fame to go with it, with a acts from here
Mhm.
and murals and,
Yes.
and what about the businesses out front? Are they participant of this? I mean, have they embraced this reggae lane thing?
I would say not so much, which is part of the problem.
Oh, okay then.
How you want to elevate a situation where the people you elevate and don't feel elevated. The businesses don't seem to want any part of Reggae. I find there are more people against Reggae than for it.
Or possibly they don't see it viable if they can. But if, from what I'm seeing with all that development coming down that stretch, I would say that a strategic point to grab, to say, set up some sort of foundation there.
You and I share the same thought on that.
Okay.
With all the wonderful construction happening for Metrolinx and the TTC, it'd be important that the Reggae Lane project is as upfront and blazing. You know, I've always thought that work could be done immediately to enhance the use of the parking lot. Even if the laneway itself not paved yet, they're saying that by 2010, 2020, that Reggae Lane is going to look totally different. Some people are saying that's a pile of crap. It's been named 2 years now, it still looks the same way. Prostitutes are still around there. Crackheads are still around there. Dead rat down around the alleyway, you know. So, if you ask many of the Jamaicans in the area, they don't see it as anything that will amount to anything.
Okay, well, I guess that would be something what you call a committee, and if the committee is not interested in doing something back there, because you can't do something back there unless the business out front do something, right?
Well, there's a disconnect, and I can't blame the businesses. I can't blame the politician. I would say I cannot blame the Eglinton BIA, because if I point my finger at this Eglinton BIA that is Italian run, and all the businesses are black and Jamaican, and all the businesses have been calling and talking about racism now from the BIA for several years. And the politician involved, the councillor, Josh Cole, is aware of the relationship between the BIA and the people. And he has made it clear that he is powerless to do anything about it, because it's so deeply entrenched, he can't do anything. Now, me, you know, say can't is a funny little word, you know. Can't means won't every single time.
Well, you know, like me, I'm like an observer. I didn't grow up in Toronto, but when I came here, all I know is when I see Eglinton, I mean in the 80s, I see all black business along there. Where's all those people gone?
Well, that's what gentrification is about. Gentrification is a specific culture from an area, and it's called progress. The subway and them think there's progress, which means that we as the Jamaicans, little Jamaica, whatever you want to call it, are an afterthought, and definitely we're always an afterthought. So in order to maybe appease a few people and not to ruffle any feathers, Reggae Lane was instituted to say, look, we didn't forget you. We know your contribution. So here is a laneway named after the most popular part of your culture, which is reggae music. And we're gonna put up Canadians, Lauretanimo, born in Jamaica, originator within the Scatolites. Some people say it's him named the Scatolites, him give them the name.
Possible.
And an international reggae star, Bernie Peters,
Yeah.
Nana McLean, Jojo Bennett, J. Douglas, Otis Gill. I'm just Carol Brown. I mean, these are Canadians who have contributed to reggae music. We haven't talked about Carl Mullings, who to me is in many ways one of the most integral parts of reggae music, and his face should have been on the wall first.
Yeah, well, at least that should be happening now. Those mirrors should be up, and
Yeah.
if possible, if you're proud of that, maybe they'll move the lane around to the front.
The thing is, you see, you got guys trouble, you know. You're sneaky with that one there, you know. the thing about reggae music and the reggae lane thing, it's the same we've discussed about the Greek people on the Danforth, or the Chinese people on Spadina, or Girard, or Agincourt, or parts of Vancouver, or San Francisco, or the South Asian, as they call Pakistani and Indian people in Brampton, who own Brampton right now.
Right.
The Jamaican business didn't own any of the businesses. The Jamaican businesses didn't step up in a way that, like, if the Canadian government decides that they want to go down on the Danforth and go do anything, or them go down to